Welcome back, students. I hope that all of you are fine and healthy. Students, please maintain social distancing to be safe and please stay inside your homes to be safe and healthy. It's a hard time for our country, so please maintain social distancing. It's my earnest request to all of you. Now, I would like to tell you something that in the previous video, I gave you some questions to answer and some synonyms and antonyms to solve those things also. So now it's the time to discuss the answers with you. I know that my students are very good and they have already written the answers, but still I would like to discuss the answers with you. Reference to context. The first reference to context, find a way to use them. And the first question was, mention the source of the above quoted line. The source of the above quoted line is the story Wonderful West. Who said the above quoted line and to whom? The Maharaja of Travancore said the above quoted line to the cook. So, these are the two questions from the first reference to context. Now, we will discuss, or I will discuss with you, C number and D number answer. The answers of the C and D number questions. So, what was the C number question? The C number question was, what is the antonym of the word use? The antonym of the word use is disuse or misuse. So, you can ask me, or there may be one question in your mind, then what was the meaning of disuse or misuse? Disuse means a thing that is not used for a long time, and misuse means a thing that is not used properly. Find out a pronoun from the above quoted line. Them is a pronoun in the above quoted line. I hope that all of you understand these four answers. And disuse and misuse, I hope this meaning you also understand. Now it's the time to discuss the answers of reference to context number 2. Lo and behold, the new dish was ready. A number question. Mention the source of the above quoted line. Same answer. The source of the above quoted line is the story Wonderful West. Who was the speaker of the above quoted line? The speaker of the above quoted line is the cook who made delicious dish, or who made the new dish. What do you mean by the expression lo and behold? The expression lo and behold is a phrase. Phrase means group of words, and it is used here for grabbing the attention of the guests to the surprising dish. Lo and behold means look what a surprise. So the cook wants to grab the attention of the guests. What was the name of the new dish? The name of the new dish was Avial. I hope that all of you understood, and I hope that you understand the meaning of the phrase or the group of words lo and behold. Actually, the cook wants to grab the attention of the guests and also the Maharaja, because the cook made a surprising and delicious dish. So now it's the time to discuss the answers of the synonyms and antonyms. I have given you, or I gave you some words to find out their synonyms. So these are the words I gave you to write the synonyms. The first one was ordered. So the synonym for the word ordered will be commanded, huge, big or enormous, grand, splendid, feast, banquet, palace, mansion, eager, keen or earnest, famous, renowned or eminent, replied, responded or answered. So these are the words, and these are the words written with blue colors. These are the synonyms for the words given to solve. So now I will discuss the answers for the antonyms. Write the antonyms of the following words. Sternly. So the antonym of sternly will be gently. New, old, fresh, stale, clean, dirty, added, subtracted, took, gave, gradually, suddenly, find, lose. So I hope that all of you get all the answers. So after discussing the answers of reference to context and synonyms and antonyms, now it's the time to discuss the textual grammar. So in the previous video, I discussed about verbs and adverbs. But I also gave you one work to do. So what was the work? I told you to find out verbs and adverbs from this story called Wonderful Waste. I know that my students are very good. They have already done it. They have already found the words or the verbs and the adverbs from the story Wonderful Waste. I shall discuss the answers with you. But before discussing those answers, I would like to discuss today's topic for the textual grammar. Yes, I hope that all of you understood it. Yes, so today's topic for the textual grammar is adjectives. I know that all of you know about adjectives. Adjectives are generally known as describing words. But still, today I shall discuss the definition and the types of adjectives. All of you know that adjectives are describing words. Describing words means adjectives help to describe the noun or pronoun. And how it works? See. An adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun. Look at the example. Sophie is a clever girl. Here, clever is an adjective and it describes Sophie. And here, Sophie is a name of a particular girl. That's why here Sophie becomes your proper noun and girl is your common noun. And here, clever becomes your adjective. And is your helping verb or auxiliary verb. And the A, yes, A becomes your article. So I hope you understand that how adjectives help us to describe noun or pronoun or to modify it. Adjectives are words that are used to describe nouns and pronouns and to identify, and these adjectives also help us to identify them. There are different types of adjectives. Adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, interrogative adjectives, adjectives of number, and demonstrative adjectives. So, today we will learn about all these types. So, today we will know what are adjectives of quality, what are adjectives of quantity, what can be called or what are these demonstrative adjectives. All these things today we will come to know. Look at the girl. The girl is happy. The girl is young or she is a young girl. Brunette. The word brunette means a girl having or a human being having brownish hair. So, the girl looks happy. So, she is very happy. Here, happy describes the word happy describes the girl. That's why it becomes adjective of quality. She is a young girl. Young also describes the girl. That's why it becomes adjective of quality. Brunette. The girl has brunette types of hair. A brunette type hair. So, here the word brunette describes the hair of the girl. That's why it becomes adjective of quality. Now look at this picture. He is a very good boy. Here he is your pronoun. Is the auxiliary or helping verb. Good is your adjective. And what type of adjective is this? Good is your adjective of quality, and boy is your common noun. He is a bad boy. A becomes your article, is helping verb or auxiliary verb. Bad becomes your adjective of quality because it describes the common noun boy. Now we will learn about adjectives of quantity. Adjectives of quantity show how much of a thing is meant. For example, I ate some rice. He has little intelligence. He showed much patience. He has lost all his wealth. So the words denoted by pink colors or the words written with the pink color ink, these are adjectives of quantity. And adjectives of quantity answers the question how much. So whenever you will ask questions using how much, so it will be your adjectives of quantity. Some people, many people, all the people or all the students, most of the students, most people, substantial, whole, all this denote a quantity, and that's why all these things or all these words will fall into the category of adjectives of quantity. So the adjectives of quantity answers the question how much. So I hope that you understand adjectives of quality and adjectives of quantity. I hope that now you can also differentiate between what are adjectives of quality and what are adjectives of quantity. Now number adjectives. Number adjectives are used to show the number of things or the numerical order of things, like 2 horses, 10 fingers, 10 candles. So in these 3 examples you will get a number, and that's why these are called number adjectives. So 3 types of adjectives we have already discussed. The first one was adjectives of quality. Second one was adjective of quantity. And this one was number adjective. Number adjectives are those adjectives which you can very easily classify or which you can very easily identify, because this denotes the numbers. Now demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative adjectives are used to sign, represent or represent a place. Demonstrative adjectives are also known as demonstrative determiners or possessive demonstrative. These are used as demonstrative adjectives. For example, this house is old but solid. This ship will south tomorrow morning. This ship will sail south tomorrow morning. Are that greenhouse yours? Can you help me park that car? Now this is THESE, these. We bought these candles for our wedding anniversary. Those, THOSE, those children can speak French in their school. Now interrogative adjectives. I know that my students already know about what are interrogatives or interrogative sentences. In class 4 you did or you have learned about interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are those where you can or the sentences where you will get the questions. So interrogative sentences means the question words or the questions. So now we will learn about what are then interrogative adjectives. What, which, whose. Generally, these 3 WH words are known as, generally, and not every time, but generally, these 3 WH words are known as interrogative adjectives. So, interrogative adjectives are used to ask questions. 3 of them were also interrogative pronouns, which, what, and whose. What is the difference between interrogative adjective and interrogative pronoun? That I will discuss later. But now it's the time to learn about what are interrogative adjectives. Interrogative adjectives are those adjectives which will always be followed by a noun. Now I will show you some more examples. Please look at the slide or look at the next pictures. So the words which ask question, they are always followed by a noun. Look at the sentences. Which book that you lost? Whose pen are you using? What show are you watching? In the first example, which book that you lost, it can be also which book did you lose? Which book did you lose? Whose pen? Look at the sentences. All these examples or all these WH words are followed by a noun. So, these are called interrogative adjectives. I hope that all of you learnt about interrogative adjectives. Yes, the interrogative adjectives ask for more specific identification of a person or a thing. More specific identification means you can identify that person or that thing more specifically or more particularly, and that's why we use interrogative adjectives. And as you know that adjectives always help us to modify the noun or the pronoun, and that's why the interrogative adjectives, that means what, which, whose, these WH words are always followed by, or whenever these WH words will be followed by noun or pronoun, it means they are interrogative adjectives. Now the work that which you have to do was to find out adjectives from the story Wonderful Waste. Yes, in the previous video I told you to find out verbs and adverbs, and now I am telling you to find out adjectives from the story Wonderful Waste, and I shall discuss the answers with you in the next video and PDF file. Students, I know that all of you did the previous work of finding out the verbs and adverbs, but still I am giving you some more time because I know that there are numerous verbs in your story Wonderful Waste. So all the answers of what are verbs and how many verbs or adverbs or adjectives are there in the story, that I will discuss in the next video and PDF file. Till then, please study carefully. Please stay inside your homes and please be careful and please do not go outside. Thank you very much to all of you.